this lesson is find the equation of the line through the given point. So here in the example, I'm giving point 1 and point 2. Make sure you label x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, this is point 1 and this is point 2. Okay, so step 1, we need to find the slope. So here's the slope formula: y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Make sure you input each of these numbers correctly. So y2, which is -6, minus, because that's from the formula, y1 is -2 right there, and since I have two negatives, make sure you put in parentheses. x2, which is -7, negative, because that's from the formula, x1, which is +2, which is right here. After that, do order of operations. So negative times negative is +2. -7, -2 gives me -9. -6 plus 2 gives me -4. And then bring the -9 with you. Negative divided by negative, which is positive. So 4/9 is my slope. Okay. If you could reduce, reduce. If you cannot reduce, leave it alone. Okay. Next step, which is step number 2, you are going to use this slope and one of the points to find the equation. So step 2, we are going to use this formula, y minus y1, m x minus x1. And this formula is called point slope form. So now we just plug in the formula using the first point. Okay, using the first point. So y1 is -2. So here's y1, which is -2. Again, I have extra parentheses because of the negative. Okay, put in the slope, which is 4/9 x, minus right here x1, which is this +2 right here. Okay, so again, make sure you put it in correctly. Next, negative and negative gives me +2. There's no extra parentheses here, so leave that alone. So just distribute. 4/9 times x is 4/9. 4/9 times -2. Okay, so 4/9 times x is +4/9. 4/9 times -2, which I have it over here. So 4/9 times -2. Now, when you multiply fraction, just multiply across. Okay, so 4 times -2 is -8. 9 times 1 is 9. So put this -8/9 right here. Okay, again, negative is positive. Distribute, give me 4/9 x. 4/9 times -2, which I have to work on the side, so it becomes -8/9. Okay. Next step, you're going to subtract the 2 over, and I rewrote this line down here so that you can see the -2 is being moved. So bring the -2 over. So I just have y, 4/9 x, -8/9, subtract 2. Here is the work on the side. When you add, subtract fractions, you will use this x method. Okay, so -8 times 1, -8. Don't forget this negative, which is here. 2 times 9 is -18. And then multiply in the bottom. 9 times 1 gives me 9. Do the order of operation here. So -8, -18 gives me -26/9. So you will put this -26/9 here. Okay, and this is the final answer because y is by itself. This is your m, this is your x, this is your b. Okay, so we are using point slope form, and then do all of the algebra, order of operations, and it becomes slope intercept form, which is y, m, x, b. Okay, so that is step number 2. Now I want to repeat this step. Instead of doing point 1, I'm going to do point 2. So this step right here, I was using point 1. I want to repeat step 2 to do point 2. Now the reason why I want to do point 2 is to show that that either points will give you the same answer. If you use this point or this point, the answer right here will be the same. Okay, so here we go. So same formula, point slope form. My y1 is now not this -2, it will be this -6. Okay, so my y1, we are not using the first point, we are using the second point. So y1 is the -6, m is still the same, 4/9, x1 is not this guy, it's not the +2, it is the -7. Okay, so again, I'm using -6 and -7, which is over here. Okay, and then do the same, all of the order of operations. So negative and negative gives me +6, negative gives me +7. Again, why do I have extra parentheses? Because of the extra negative. Okay, I still have parentheses here, so multiply, so it gives me 4/9 x, 4/9 times 7, which I have on the side here, just multiply across, that gives me 28, 9 times 1 gives me 9. So put the 28, 9 here. Next, subtract the 6 both sides, so bring down the y, bring down the 4/9, and then +28, 9 minus 6, which I have to work on the side here. So 28, subtract 1 is 28, bring down the negative, 6 times 9 is 54, 9 times 1 is 9. 28, subtract 54, 28, subtract 54 will gives me this 26, and it's negative. Okay, so -26, 9 goes here. Okay, so as you can see, if you use the first point, this answer is the same as this answer. So if I use the first point, so let me move this up a little bit so you can see. If I use the first point or the second point, the answer is the same. Okay, so one more time. If I use the first point or the second point, the answer is the same. Okay, so on this side, I use point 1. I mean the first point right here. Okay, on this side, I use point 2. Okay, so one more time. This side, I was using the first point. This side, I was using the second point. And if you notice, they come out the same answer. So in general, it doesn't matter if you use the first point or the second point. The answer will be the same. Okay, which I wrote right here. Apply point 1 or point 2 will obtain the same equation. Okay, so one more time. On this side, I was using this point here. Okay, on this side, I was using this point, and as you can see, it is the same answer. Okay.